All right, so this is it. This is my best invention yet. So this is a phone camera stabilizer. So as you can see, as I pivot it around, it wants to stay vertical. It's got a weight at the bottom. So as you hit bumps or pivot or things like that, this thing naturally wants to stay up and down. And I've got a spring in here so that whenever you hit a bump or jar it or something like that, it should stabilize at the top. So I think it's pretty cool. So this piece right here, this normal phone holder, will screw on here. And I made this for my mountain bike. So the plan is to try to stabilize my footage while I'm on the trails and things like that. Hopefully I don't get impaled by this thing. But yeah. Alright. Yeah. This piece down here prevents it from twisting. But it won't twist this way anymore. So that way the camera stays facing the correct direction. Okay, so the first thing that I've got here is a piece of all thread. I didn't have a piece long enough, so I welded two pieces together and added another little short piece that's 1/4 for this to go onto, the same thread as this. So this is the main piece. This piece here is called a spherical rod end. You can get this on Amazon for $5 to $10. So this is what allows it to pivot in all directions. There's just a light duty spring. You can get that at your local hardware store. And then I do have a weight that I drilled and tapped the end of. Now you can use washers or anything that you can put a hole through that you can put on this rod and put a nut on the bottom. It doesn't have to be a machined piece like this. I just happen to work in a machine shop, so I can drill and tap a piece of metal pretty easily. Then I have this piece. This is actually just a piece of aluminum. I drilled a hole, drilled and tapped a hole here, and put a little piece of all thread in there. So I'll go ahead and show you how this goes. So this piece gets bolted here. I did use a flathead on the back side, but it could be a normal bolt. It doesn't have to be a flathead. We'll tighten that like that. Then this piece goes up through here like that. I did make a couple little washers, but you could use you could just use normal washers. It doesn't have to be made. Then a spring goes on top of that. Then this piece goes there. This is drilled and tapped, but they sell these. This is the same thing that goes on the bottom of your normal mount. So that's that side. Then this goes on the other end of the all thread. And if you were going to make this, I would recommend just getting a piece of 1/4 all thread and making it out of that instead of a bunch of cobbled pieces like I've done. Alright, once you have that piece screwed up in there, you take a nut, and put the weight on the bottom. Then I'll put it onto the bike and show you how it works. Alright, got it on there. So it's definitely a contraption, let me tell you. So you can kind of see it. So a little bit of bounce there. Just went down the first little ledge. Yeah, okay. So it kind of looks like I need a heavier weight at the bottom. Okay, we got a little bouncage going. Bump. Alright, so I've discovered that this doesn't work out so well on a mountain bike, but I think it actually does work out well in normal filming. So So if I were to take this and if I were to tip it and, you know, up or down, kind of left or right, it kind of does want to stabilize with the weight on it. So yeah, it's not going to work out on a mountain bike. So, but I do think it still works as a gimbal. So hope you enjoyed the video. I still think it's really cool. I really like it. It was really fun to make, but not a mountain bike gimbal. So I don't have to worry about getting impaled by it. So that's really good. But like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.